Post rap is a stupid term. It's one of the most idiotic terms I think I have heard. When I was first getting into a lot of rap music back in 2021, I was hearing it be used then. And while it is like a cool adjective, I guess, as like an actual genre, it sucks because post rap doesn't exist and it shouldn't exist because a lot of time it's just experimental hip hop. Yeah, I don't know how else to start this off. Today, I wanted to talk about the discussions of post rap, mainly because I have seen a lot of videos talking about it, and I saw the headphone emoji reel where she was also talking about it, and mentioned By Storm in a very, I guess, humorous way. Um, but I ever since 2021 I've heard the term post rap just be used constantly, and it had always felt like such a strange term. Obviously, as I've gotten older and matured, I realise how much more idiotic it is now, and how I think almost harmful it is. But when I was first getting into rap, I didn't understand how bad it really was. I was probably ironically calling things post rap. But now I'm nearly an adult. I am 17. I am had like 5 years of life experience and music discovery, and now I can realize post rap is one of the worst terms I think I have ever heard. Today, I want to talk about not only post rap, but I also want to talk about Cities of Eve, the musician, and how post rap is one of the worst terms. This is basically just like explaining why it is such a stupid term and it should really does not exist. So first of all, I want to talk about Cities of Eve album accompanied by a blazing solo. I know that he has the Black Pleasure 2012 and the Gum, which is another pretty good album, which is a really good album. They're both really good albums, but Gum is another one I see that gets called post rap a lot. This album here, accompanied by a blazing solo, it is my favorite Cities of Eve album, and I see people trying to call it post rap, and it's dumb. I have a thing later on in this video, but for the most part, it isn't like post anything. It's a fusion of genres, which I think makes it really interesting to listen to, where it doesn't sound like it's trying to be one thing. It's 30, nearly 40 minutes, if I'm not wrong, of a mash of sounds. It is a fusion. It is an amalgamation of instruments. I guess it is. It's a mutation of music. That's my only way to describe it without it sounding kind of corny. Uh, Accompanied by Blazing Solo is a beautiful amalgamation and mutation of music. So why does it get called post rap? Because because I feel like it gets called post rap a lot because of how weird it is. That it just cannot almost be bound to anything. But why? I'm not asking why is it not bound to anything. It is a very free album. That's my best way to describe it. It's a very free album, but why do we need to categorize this as something? There's only like one genre that I think suits this, and that will be mentioned very later on in the video. Because it's just dumb, in my opinion, to categorize this as post rap. I'm so sorry, I seem a little out of it, but yeah, I think it doesn't need that sort of description at all. I remember when Revelator by Elucid came out and everyone was saying this is like post rap or whatever. And I'm like, this is just really amazing experimental hip hop. If you want to get a bit more technical, it's abstract hip hop too, but for the most part, it's really good experimental hip hop. So, I honestly think that post rap is more of like a derogatory term, personally. Rap music is already so experimental, and that's where the roots are. Why does it? And we already have experimental hip hop. We don't need anything more. I don't feel like we need it. And I don't feel like it's a necessary thing. Because something else I wanted to bring up is that why does rap get the term, post-rap? The only other things that first came to my head, you can add more if I've forgotten any, but the only two terms I could find where they have post but it worked was post-punk and post-rock. Those work because they don't sound like how they usually are, and even then they're both really similar sort of genres. But you don't ever see people being like, oh, post R&B, post pop, post country, post soul. You never see that. You never see that to some like R&B or whatever the albums I just mentioned are, the genres. I'm so sorry. You never see that mentioned. I think I have actually seen someone refer to Vespertine as post-pop before. However, they got clowned for it immediately. So why does, when people say post-rap, why do some people take it seriously? Like, experimental hip-hop exists, just call it that. It's just so confusing and dumb, in my opinion. And to end the video off, I want to talk about a couple other things, because I find post-rap honestly gets used to talk about a whole other genre, and that genre is sound collage. Sound collage is a very unique genre. That's what Les Lawson Malone does, and some of Swan's too. They're pretty much like sound collage. Just went blank in my head for a second, but they are sound collage, and that's what I think is a better description rather than post-rap, because at the end of the day, this is what that is. That's what I feel like a company by Blazing Swallow is. It's more sound collage. It's an echo chamber. It's a mutation of music, like I have said. Now, to end this video off, I just said that before, I'm so sorry. I want to say how it almost feels like when something gets called post-rap, it reminds me of the arguments of like, oh, I'm not a rapper, I'm an artist, which is a dumb thing. Look, I make music too, right? And I won't say I'm a rapper, but whether I'm an artist or not should not depend. I sing a lot in my music. I would say I'm more of a singer, I'm more of an artist-wise production style, I guess, but that's about it. I can't think of any other thing. I think Jane Remover said it best, like in an Instagram live. They said like they hate the term when people say, oh, I'm not a rapper, I'm an artist, because your stuff isn't good enough to be considered an artist. And I have to agree. And that's how it's felt like with a lot of the post-rap stuff. It honestly feels like, oh, if this wasn't experimental like that, I don't know how much I'd like it. Which I think is weird. You're only liking it for the sake of experimentation. And it just does not seem like it works. This was such a stream of consciousness video. So I'm so sorry if this made absolutely no sense. So to summarize, post-rap is a really fucking stupid term. Cities Aviv, Elucid, By Storm, Injury Reserve, they are not post-rap. They are experimental hip-hop, sound collage, abstract hip-hop. And there is no reason why post-rap needs to exist. Thank you for watching if you watched it. I hope the summarization made it easy at the end, because this was a really confusing video. I'm so sorry. But yeah, see ya.